The biggest news, in my opinion, over the last 2 weeks have been the accusations against Jay-Z. It's like day by day. So I'm watching this stuff. For the record, that the accuser came out, did an interview with NBC News. You couldn't see who she was, and had a ton of inconsistencies in her story. She was autistic. She was talking about, a White House. His attorneys did a press conference with a PowerPoint showing certain press in the industry.
And a binder.
It's been a lot. So his lawyer comes out. He basically debunks this accuser, and they're still waiting for the court to decide whether or not they're going to drop that case against Jay-Z. They said they spoke to her father, who said if he had drove 5 hours, because she lived in Rochester at the time, he said he would have remembered that drive, picking her up. But, it was a long time ago. I don't know whether or not, I don't know what's going on. So there were a lot of inconsistencies in her story. Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Spiro, does this PowerPoint with select press, and he shows like, hey, this happened, that happened, this happened. This isn't true. Here are Puff's houses, in New York. These are things that you litigate in court. So the other attorney would come out and say, well, even though she said that, this was what it is. But they're litigating this case already in the media. Yeah. This is just so weird to me. I didn't hear anything else from his interview. Where's his interview? You sat in front of this guy, right? And this is not, to say anything about, guilt. I'm not saying that. And that's where I think people get it twisted with me. They're like, why are you hating on this? I'm like, this is a huge case that's being reported. So why, and look.
I think people aren't used to real journalism.
Yeah,
right? There's so many podcasts out and everyone's calling themselves a journalist. Real journalism is talking about these issues and seeing both sides, doing your due diligence.
I don't want that to be true. That's not what I'm, and that's what kind of made me emotional, I think, on the podcast, because people were saying like, oh, you're hating, or why are you? I'm like, no. I'm asking questions, which is what I do.
Yes,
as a journalist, right? I'm asking questions. I'm like, okay, the father said that. Wow, that is a big inconsistency. But what else did he say?